Welcome to Woking Borough Council's demonstration property for energy efficiency and renewable technology. Oak Tree House is a 1930s property that has been retrofitted with a number of different technologies and products that achieve a theoretical carbon reduction of around 80%, with similar cuts in water consumption and fuel bills. Oak Tree House is here as an example of what you can do in your own house to minimise energy and water consumption, reduce your fuel bills and potentially start generating your own energy. It's here as a source of information and provides you with the opportunity to see low carbon technologies in situ and fully functional. We're hoping that a visit here will inspire you to take action and transform your own house into a low carbon home. As Oak Tree House was built post 1930s, one of the first things that we decided to do when we acquired the property was insulate the cavity walls. Insulating the cavity walls is a very cost-effective way of reducing heat loss through the walls of a property. Approximately 1/3 of all the heat lost in a house actually passes through the walls. In addition to this, we topped up the loft insulation to approximately 300mm with mineral wool, insulated underneath the floorboards on the ground floor, and we've also insulated on the inside of all the external facing walls with an insulated plasterboard. The product that we used to insulate all the inside of the external walls was a Kingspan product, an insulated plasterboard. The one that we used at Oak Tree House was actually half the thickness of this one. We attached it to the walls with plaster dabs, as you can see in the photos here. We decided to do this for two reasons in addition to cavity wall insulation. The first was to improve the thermal performance of the walls even further, and the second was to illustrate to homeowners living in houses with solid walls what they can do to insulate the fabric of their building. Insulation has to be at the very core of any plan to reduce energy consumption from buildings, especially houses. Having considered a biomass boiler for Oak Tree House, we decided to install a condensing boiler combined with a solar hot water system. Condensing boilers can achieve efficiencies of around 95%, compared with boilers that might be 15 years old or more that can only achieve efficiencies of around 70%. The boiler at Oak Tree House provides the space heating and some of the hot water, but by and large the majority of the hot water is provided through the solar hot water panels. They both feed into this hot water store on the left here. So the solar hot water panels provide majority of the hot water throughout the year. During the winter months, the condensing boiler can top up any extra hot water that's required. In the house we have a number of products that can help you understand how much energy you're consuming in your house. We have the Watson energy meter and also the Owl energy meter. Both tell us how much energy we're consuming in the house at any one time. So these tell us net consumption. They can also give us a pound sign so we can understand how much this is actually costing us if we were to consume that much across the year. But in addition to these types of monitors, we've also got these plug-in energy monitors. And what these can do is they can tell you how much one appliance is actually responsible for. So you can plug your television into this, switch it on, and it will tell you how much that television is consuming whilst you're watching it. But then when you turn the television off and put it onto standby, these can tell you how much consumption that appliance has. So what these are great for is eliminating waste around the house, making sure that you're not leaving appliances on standby and wasting electricity unnecessarily. Throughout the house we've installed LED lighting. You can see in the kitchen ceiling here we have a number of different bulbs on display. And some of these bulbs are only responsible for 3 watts of energy consumption, compared to a 30 watt or a 50 watt halogen light bulb. Payback on solar panels that generate electricity is now about 10 years. This is due to the government scheme known as the feed-in tariff. Now the feed-in tariff pays homeowners to generate electricity regardless of whether it's consumed or not. The feed-in tariff also pays for any excess electricity that you export to the grid. For a system the same size as Oak Tree House, this means that you could be potentially paid up to £1,000 a year for generating renewable energy. Now the good thing about the feed-in tariff is that from the year that you join, it's set for 25 years. And so after the payback period, you'll be making money, but you'll also be doing a bit for the environment at the same time. In order to reduce water consumption in the house, we've installed aerated taps and shower fittings. We have a dual flush toilet, and we also have a rainwater harvesting tank, which is submerged in the back garden. We've also installed a passive ventilation system in Oak Tree House. Now what this does is keep a flow of air circulating around the property. It's using convection currents to extract warm, moist air that's generated in the kitchen and the bathroom, and in turn pull in clean, cool air into the living spaces. To supplement the double glazing, what we've done is we've actually installed thermal blinds, and these are blinds that have a reflective material sandwiched between two other bits of material, and so that helps reflect the heat back into the room but also keep the room cool in the summertime. The garden at Oak Tree House has been designed to be low maintenance, low energy and drought resistant. The main type of grass that we've planted here is wildflower turf. This grows all year round until about the summertime, where it blooms with a variety of flowers. After these flowers die back around autumn, the grass is cut right back, the cuttings are composted, and then the grass is allowed to grow again until next year. This is fantastic for insect life and also low energy. We also have composting facilities at the back of the garden, as well as vegetable patches which are tended by local community groups. If you wish to come and visit Oak Tree House and find out what you can do in your own home to minimise energy and water consumption, or are interested to learn about a renewable technology, please use our online booking system or call our advice centre on 0800 783 2503. There's lots more to see, and we hope to see you here very soon.